John Jost. Who doesn't know that Johnny Jost started playing hockey with the African Americans? Really, seriously, is there anyone who doesn't know that, right? Okay. More importantly, John Jost stands before us today as evidence that not everyone who was fortunate enough to wear the warm orange colors of the Junior B Blazers turned out to be a short, squat, balding, Italian-looking guy. Do I really need to tell you where John went to high school when he won the Mid-States Championship in 1983? He went on to play college hockey for the University of St. Thomas and the University of Wisconsin River Falls. We honor John, someone who I'm honored to call a friend. We honor him tonight as a coach. Along the way in his playing career, he was mentored by some great coaches, including Hall of Famers, and Chris just mentioned one, Jay Kinnister, one of my great coaches, Lou Struckman, Rick Kennedy, and Matt Buha. John, was that for Matt Buha? John has been instrumental in shaping the hockey careers of young players through a variety of programs, including the African Americans, the St. Louis Prospects Midget AAA team, Missouri High School Showcase team, and the Missouri Storm Pee Wee AAA. We all know what he's done at CBC since starting as an assistant coach with the JV team in 1990. In 1996, as the JV head coach, his team won the JV championship. Since taking over the varsity team, John's teams have won 12 mid-state championships in 19 seasons. Today, John took over for Rick Kennedy, as I recall. And Rick Kennedy is a Hall of Famer here. Rick wanted to be here tonight, but he's out with a hip replacement. Funny how that kind of follows hockey players. Rick sent a toast via Jimmy Jost. John, from Rick Kennedy. John, a toast to one of the most deserving members of the St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame. Your dedication, desire, and hard work has lifted the CBC program to unprecedented heights, along with never-to-be-equaled longevity. Everyone, especially your family, is so proud and happy for you. There is no worthier candidate than you this evening. The pride everyone shares is also being shared in heaven by your parents, I am sure. All the best, John. Have a terrific night. Wish I could celebrate with you, but I guess one too many hip checks from back in the 70s ended that possibility. Congrats, Rick. Johnny Jost.
That's a tough start. Jotted a few notes down. Hopefully I'll remember. I went through it this morning, and I haven't had a chance since I got here. Repper's been running us around. But at any rate, I'd like to also thank Scotty and the entire Hall of Fame committee for inducting me into this amazing fraternity. Just when everyone stood up earlier and then looking up and down this table, it's pretty amazing, and I'm very humbled to be a part of this group, I can tell you that. And again, it's pretty extra special for me this year with my father being in this, in the Hall of Fame, as well as my brother Jim. Again, looking around the room, to be very honest with you, it kind of sums up my life pretty much, because pretty much any life lesson, personal relationships, great memories have come because of hockey and youth hockey here in St. Louis. You know, just coaches, role models. We mentioned them earlier, but I'm going to mention them again. Guys that not only taught me how to coach and taught me how to play, but also went beyond hockey to be a better person and to see the big picture when coaching and doing the right things. And those people started with Dave Staub and George Usen, and then Hall of Famers that were already mentioned, Jay Kinnister, Rick Kennedy, Lou Struckman, Matt Buha, and also David Bates, who's here tonight. That's quite a group. My good friends, that are a lot of them here tonight, I met pretty much every single one of them through the game of hockey and youth hockey. Just looking over here, guys that I played in the youth at Afton with, Mark Staub, Kevin Fager, Jeff LaGrasse, who I don't see over here, Keith Kimberlin made it tonight. Those are guys that I played starting in second grade when there was no roof at Afton all the way up. Most of them going on and playing with me at CBC, where I met people like Chris Saraceno, Joe Fresta, my best friend Tim Ryan, who's here tonight. And his wife ends up becoming my wife's best friend, Melissa. So it's incredible how everything's just connected to hockey, and it's pretty amazing to me. Only in hockey can you continue to make friends when you're 40 and 50 years old. And it's amazing. I see people here that I can't believe that I would ever be friends with that are here because I skate mornings. Sorry, Nick. Nick Lamia. But at any rate, guys that I met in the morning hockey that showed up tonight. I'm fortunate enough to go to Las Vegas every year with the Tigers. They're here. They have a full table over here. It's just one of the finest group of guys I've ever met and associated with. Thanks for coming tonight, fellas. That one threw me off a little bit. I met my wife because of hockey. My wife, Laurie's here tonight. Laurie, wave your hand. Yeah, wave your hand. Laurie's brother John and I played high school and junior hockey together, and we met through him. In 1989, we were married. By 1994, we had 3 kids at home. I was playing on 2 teams and coaching 3 all in one season, so she figured out pretty quick the way things were going to be. Honey, I love you to death because you never told me not to do anything. As long as I had a passion for it, you wanted me to continue to coach and do all those things. She got a little pissed off when I would go out after every men's league game, but that's we worked our way through that. Yeah. We have 3 children. My oldest son, Johnny, who can't be here tonight, his good friend, he's in a wedding in Seattle, Timmy Knox, who played goal for us in 2009, another hockey connection, so Johnny couldn't be here. But probably my greatest memories of coaching was coaching Johnny in the Afton Youth Program and then also at CBC. Had a lot of success, but also a young man with an amazing heart that it worked that I coached my son because of him. My 2 daughters are here tonight. Mary Claire, my middle child. And my youngest, my baby who surprised me last night, coming in from Boston, Gracie. On a side note, Gracie, about 13 years ago, decided to take a stab at goaltending. It was the longest 3 months of my life. Became a crazy goalie dad and almost took up smoking. So we had that. Again, we got through it. I started coaching CBC a long time ago. Basically, when I came home from college, my dad said, why don't you go out and start helping my brothers Jim and Tim with the JV. So I did. And then the next thing you know, I just started helping Rick Kennedy at practice and helping him out, and it just took off from there. I became the head JV coach, and then I was doing both at the same time, and then ultimately became the varsity coach at CBC. Never really dreamed I would get that far with it. One of the reasons it worked so well is because of Rick Kennedy. It was just a seamless transition. He was graceful, mentoring me and coaching, and I learned so many lessons through him, and I'm just so blessed to coach in this program. I will tell you this. One of the reasons I've been doing this a long time with CBC, and one of the reasons it works is because, not just because of the success and the championships and the good players and everything else, it's the people. And I found that out along the way. It's the people. It's a school and a community that back us whether we're winning or losing. Our parents are second to none. We don't have parent issues. It's pretty amazing. Our players come in as good kids and they leave as fine young men, and they buy into our Lassallean theory. It's something that as a team and as a school we preach over and over and over. And I'm blessed to be around the finest coaching staff there is. Every single one of us played hockey at CBC. Nick Carosello and Randy Staub in particular, we've been together now for 20 years. And to be honest with you, any one of us could be standing here. The 3 of us, we're basically tri-coaches. The 3 of us all have our roles. I'm fortunate enough to be called the head coach, and I'm standing here tonight. But the bottom line is I love going to the rink because I coach with them. And after every varsity game, when we win or lose, we go out, we get a beer, we get a pepperoni sausage pizza. We talk about the game, and then we talk about our families and funny stuff, and that's what keeps me going, and that's why I continue to do this. So thank you guys so much. I have 2 tables here with my brothers and sisters. No question, the last year and a half has probably been as difficult on us as you can imagine, but I don't know if there's a group. I didn't think we could ever be any stronger as a family than after the last year and a half. It's pretty amazing to me how we've pulled together and love each other, and for you guys to be here tonight and get 2 tables and organize that, I can't thank you guys enough. I love you all so much. And lastly, quite frankly, the only reason I'm standing here, and I would probably give anything in the world for my mom and dad to be here tonight. I miss them more and more every single day. Just touched so many, not just myself, but a lot of people in this room, and that's Jim and Jenny Jost. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm just thrilled to go into the Hall of Fame with my dad, and I can just hear him right now. My mom saying, "Keep it short, you're done." And my dad saying, "How's our goaltending next year?" So, at any rate, again, thank you very much. Thanks for listening, and have a great evening.